Before we start, if you enjoy real horror stories that stay with you long after the screen goes dark, consider subscribing. What you're about to hear isn't just creepy. It happened, and it started with a woman watching from the parking lot. It was my sophomore year. I missed the deadline for campus housing and had to find something off-site. I ended up in an old apartment complex in Arlington, about 3 miles from the university. It wasn't great, but rent was cheap, and I had a bike. I made it work. Most of the tenants were students like me, but a few older residents lived there too. One of them stood out right away. She lived on the 3rd floor, always alone, always quiet. She looked around 60, maybe older. Stooped back, stiff walk, face like a blank wall. No one really talked about her. I assumed she had some connection to the school, maybe retired faculty, but I never asked. The first time she did something that felt off was in the laundry room. She wasn't doing laundry. She was just standing there, watching us. I caught her looking straight at me. It wasn't casual. It felt like I was being studied, but no one else said anything. They acted like she wasn't even there. I tried to shake it off. A few nights later, I was working on an assignment in my room. I pulled the curtain aside and looked out. She was standing in the middle of the parking lot, not on the sidewalk, just out in the open. And she was looking straight at my window. It was freezing out. She wasn't wearing a coat. I don't know why I did it, but I raised my hand and waved. Her eyes lit up. She jumped up and down a few times, then turned and ran toward the stairs. I didn't sleep well that night. She knew where I lived now. I asked around the next day. One guy just shrugged and said, "She's been here forever. We all just ignore her." That didn't sit right with me. After that, things got worse. I started seeing her in places she didn't belong. By the mailboxes, near the power room, behind the dumpsters. Always quiet, always watching. Then I lost my spare key. I always kept it on a metal hook near my desk. I don't lose things, but it was gone. I felt exposed. I stopped sleeping with my door unlocked. One night, I woke up at 3 a.m. I heard something faint, like a soft, scuffing sound. It came every few seconds. I sat up and realized it was coming from my closet. Something, or someone, was shifting behind the door. My heart was racing. I got up slowly and walked to the closet. I grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and yanked it open with everything I had. She was inside, crouched on the floor, wearing some faded nightgown, holding a red bandana, mine. In the other hand, a pair of scissors. She looked right at me and lunged. I screamed and tackled her to the ground. She was weak, but she fought hard. Neighbors came running. Someone called the cops. They took her away without a word. The building manager confessed a few days later. She was his aunt, diagnosed with severe mental illness. Instead of treatment, he kept her hidden in a spare unit. He was arrested. And me? I'm alive. But every time I open my closet, I see her face.